I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce, and this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Lyrical Wisdom, where we dive into song lyrics and offer heart-based wisdom through our interpretations. If you enjoy what you're hearing, don't forget you can catch every episode of Lyrical Wisdom on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and more.
You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Lyrical Wisdom Show. Do you have a song you'd like to hear us shed some light on? You can email us requests, questions, comments to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on a YouTube video. We'd really love to hear from you. And all requests get an episode and a shout out.
So join us every Tuesday and Friday as we dig deep and deliver our wisdom. And thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna. How are you today?
What a beautiful day. You know, I'm doing quite well, quite well. It's been interesting, you know. We're finally over those holidays. So I still believe, though. I watched a show with Allison, and it ended with everybody going around the table saying, I believe, I believe, I believe. And it just, it's fun. I love it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is important.
Yeah.
Especially with each other, you know.
Yeah.
Being able to say that, you know, I believe in you. I believe in the things that you are capable of and the things that resonate with me and all the things, you know. It's just such a beautiful thing. That's beautiful.
There's something about that to me that, like, if you believe that you're living in paradise because every day is another day in paradise for you. And when you believe that, it really happens. There's something about
really
believing that brings about the reality of it. I believe in magic.
I do too. I love that. And I think that it also gives you a sense of how to respond when something is happening that you don't believe in. You know, you are certainly going to be a heck of a lot less tolerant. You're going to remove yourself a lot faster because now you know what you don't need, what doesn't serve you, you know. And so that is one of the best parts, I think, of believing that every day is another day in paradise. You know, I do believe that. Yes, I definitely do.
And I love that about you, Bruce. You know, there is something about that word then, because you just really brought about a sense of understanding, because it can create a duality. It can create a split. Belief can. Like you said, for those who do not believe in what you believe, you can separate yourself so much that you take away the beauty of life, you know, when your belief is when it has those types of conditions with it. I guess that's the word. If you don't believe like I believe, then you're wrong.
It's conditional.
When you start, right.
Yeah.
It just has to be unconditional.
No,
like
of course.
Santa Claus, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And that's what I believe that the book, The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton actually talks about. He argues that our thoughts and beliefs control our genes and biology, you know, and I believe that. I believe that, you know, our thoughts and beliefs control I would say, our destiny. You know, we have that way of flipping those levers or levers, whichever way you want to put it. But yes, belief is such an important thing, and that is a part of what our song is today, isn't it?
Oh, yes, Bruce. I can't wait because I've always loved, I believe it or not, I did listen to this band growing
I
up.
like how you said,
So
believe it or
I,
not.
yeah, I do have knowledge of this band, and it brings back memories of my high school days, and
Aha.
it was fun. It was fun because this song also has that aspect of creating life. How do you want your life to go? Are you going to
Yes.
believe, you know, that it can
Yeah.
be this way, or are you going to say, no, you're wrong. I don't
Yeah.
believe like you believe, and therefore, it's interesting. But
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
is.
I've always loved this song,
I have
and
too.
I love believing in magic and believing in life, and I'm not going to stop believing.
No, I don't think anybody should. And I think that's one of the most important parts of it. And so let's get right into it. Today, you guys were very happy to bring to you Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile, they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Streetlight people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice just one more time. Some will win and some will lose. Some were born to sing the blues. Oh, the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Streetlight people living just to find emotion, heading somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlight people, don't stop believing. Hold on. Streetlight people, don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlight people.
Oh, it brought back a lot of memories.
I was going to
I-
say,
yeah, the music's kind of going in my head, which reminds me, you all can find these songs on a song list. We have it
yes,
on Spotify called
yes, we do.
Lyrical Wisdom Songs. Yeah, I can't wait to play this one because Bruce, I call myself just a small town girl, you know?
Well,
I
I felt
just,
like that's
yeah.
how I felt like we were introing it is like, talking about where we're from and what we were talking about. I felt like we could say that, you could be the small town girl,
Hmm.
living in a lonely world. I mean, it's like the very first lyrics of this song or something. I think I've sang at karaoke, so I feel like I could sing this, but
Hmm.
it's like all of our stories. This entire song is kind of all of our stories. There's not a single person that I feel like doesn't look at this song and go, oh, I remember somewhere I was when I heard this song, and a
Yeah.
memory that you have like that. It's just, this song resonates with all of us, I feel like. And maybe not in what its story is about, like, or what it speaks to, but maybe just in the sense of having something special that is a nugget of time, a singular moment in time that can never be erased for us, you know?
Yes. And I think the beautiful thing about it is we can also take the word girl and boy and he and she and swap them because it can
Oh,
be
yeah.
just a small town boy living in a lonely world.
Oh,
He
yeah.
took a midnight train going anywhere.
Yeah, it could
Just
go
a
in either
city
direction.
girl,
Girl, yeah.
born and raised in South Detroit. Yeah. I mean, it really doesn't matter where you're from. It
No,
is the understanding of that search for something else.
absolutely. And
Because
what we
they left where they were. They just
yeah.
took a midnight train going anywhere.
Yeah, and the most amazing thing about that is that with the advancement of technology and capabilities that we have today, people can sit and listen to us talk about this song and take a midnight train going anywhere. They can actually journey somewhere, by doing that, or they can lay in their own bed, sit in their own house, and they can meditate and journey somewhere or dream. We can do a lot of things now that we maybe at the time that the song was written, this is what young people might be doing to just try to find something different. Maybe they're just going out to find something weird. They just need a little bit of that in their life. They just want to feel a different flavor and see a different place and experience a different song. And
Yeah.
and that's a beautiful thing, just that curiosity, that it's speaking to, because then it goes even farther because it gives us one of the things that I love about this song is it is like it really gives you the feeling that you're looking for when you're listening to it. It just spoon feeds it right to you. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile, they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. And I say it goes on and on and on and on because that's actually the lyric, not like, the lyrics just go on. But it just, like you have this sense of, immediately when you hear that and you hear him singing it, because it's iconic how Journey sings this song and plays it here. This is just iconic. Like, I think a lot of the people listening to us talk about it, they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. When he says it and he sings it and it's just boom, like it just hits you and it gives you that feeling like you know, the singer in a smoky room, there's got to be a piano. There's got to be somebody smoking. There's got to be a wine glass or a martini glass or a bartender somewhere. There's got to be some of these things. You know what I mean? We just put it out there. Suddenly there's that vision, you
Oh, I
know?
know. They do such a wonderful job of creating that vision because
Yeah.
even the midnight train, Bruce,
Yeah.
going anywhere. I mean, number one, what is midnight? Well, it's the darkest part of night because it's like the last moment of night, of
Yeah.
darkness.
Well,
Because
and it
at
could be
12:01, it becomes morning.
the
It's
next day.
another day.
Yeah.
So I think it's fascinating how they chose it to be a midnight train. In other words, it was a train that was embarking on, in the darkest dark, embarking on a journey, not knowing where, but to not only a new place, a new day, a new, brand
Yeah.
new.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, and
and so the transporting came to a singer in a smoky room. You can tell how old this is, y'all, because you can't smoke in a bar anymore. You cannot enter
yeah.
a smoky room. You just
Well, and
can't because
yeah,
they've
and
banned smoking from
they
everywhere
did. They banned smoking, and
unless you
most
go to
people,
a smoking bar, that
yeah,
has a special license.
yeah.
And the smell of wine and cheap perfume. Can't you? I mean, you can really, they do a wonderful job of painting the picture.
They do. They do. And it does. It that's why I say it hints back to a time when this, I love the idea of thinking of this as something where we are not just going back in time, because we are, we're taking somebody was taking the midnight train. Well, just like you were saying, Donna, that last hour, well, that's probably the last train of the night. There isn't going to be a return train. So,
Ooh.
like if you think about it, do the trains run all night long until morning? I don't know. I don't know very many places where they run past a certain time. There's got to be a last train out of the city, so to speak. And so that's the way I kind of think of this too, is like, okay, this plan is maybe a little deeper in that way than just, like than the typical, because like what I'm also thinking is not only is it the last train that they would take to kind of escape where they are, but it's not the technology. It's not the technology that we have today of having our phones or tablets or computers that we can go somewhere else through. We
Yeah.
don't need to necessarily, and that's one of the things about this song that I think it speaks to as well, is when this song was written, there were no cell phones. There wasn't an internet. We weren't hearing the song the way that we can hear it now. We don't go places simply in our own home by traveling to that place through our phone or through our devices. And so, there's a lot of, I think, that in this song too, in that whole description part of it, because, it needed to carry the listener that much, because this is what was kind of going through the heads of people that were listening to the song at the time. I think, you know, totally different time than now,
That is true. That is true.
you know?
Yeah, because I love the way you said it goes on and on and on and on. And that is the lyrics they wrote, just more of that descriptive language of
Yeah.
where it's a cycle of life. This is what you do,
Yeah.
and we've been doing it. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Searching for, just a different experience, a different thing, searching for weird, searching for fun, searching for, whatever it is, you fill in the blank. But that is definitely what I think, what became a way of getting out and finding something exciting and new and fun was getting out in the evening, describing what nightlife is. Here it
Yes,
is.
back in that day, you're right, Bruce. I mean, cruising was really
Yeah.
big.
Oh my gosh.
You
Yeah.
would just drive around in a car with your
Yeah.
music playing. And
Yeah.
I think I love the visuals that they are creating for us in this song, because you can see, you know, up and down the boulevard, just people, stopping and talking to each other, walking down the street, their shadows. I love this because it says their shadows searching in the night.
Yeah.
So shadows can only be made by what?
By a person, by a
By
thing.
light.
Yes.
So light is shining. Shadows can only be caused by light. There
Yeah.
has to be light in order to create a shadow. And it could be the moonlight, but I
Yeah.
love what Journey says. He says it's from the street lights.
Yes.
He calls this generation, these people that we're speaking about searching for something, because they took a midnight train to anywhere just
Hmm.
to find it. He calls them streetlight people
Yeah.
living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night.
Yeah. Taking that ability to curiously go find a way to find emotion, find love, find joy, find an experience, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because when he was talking about the singer in the smoky room and the cheap perfume and all, he was talking about, and I don't know if this is the small town girl and the city boy that happened to arrive at the same place on their train, and they entered the smoky room for just a smile. They can share the night.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on. In other words, yeah, people, they're looking for love. They're
They're
looking
looking
for
for, yeah.
something,
Yeah. That's amazing.
something
Yeah.
to fill their void of whatever it is they're looking for.
Yeah.
Whether it's love, whether it's, friendship, whether it's just joy,
Yeah. Yeah.
going out to a bar dancing at night. You're
Yeah.
just looking for joy.
Yeah.
So I love this. It's really, it can go very deep.
It can. And it can also just simply be a comment on people finding some self gratification. And
Hmm.
that's fine too, I mean, because we're all working hard to get our fill. That next line that we're
Oh
getting
yeah.
to is something that we can all attest to. We're all working hard to get our fill, and everybody wants a thrill, of course. That's one of the things that are it's very clear that, Journey kind of takes us to a very common place by saying these things, because this is collecting us all together and going,
It
well,
feels
yeah, we're
good.
all this
Yeah.
feels good, but we're all the same. Everybody is the same. Now, how you define how you work hard, or how you define to get your fill, or how you define your thrill, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, these things are
Yes.
are our definitions, but the same, it all applies to the same thing. And then, I love how it says paying anything to roll the dice just one more time. Because yes, we're all the same. Even through this song, as they write it and sing it, they understand that by doing that, that effort is an extension of paying anything to roll the dice just one more time, because you're living the enjoyment again and again and again by singing and being in it. And so, here we have this, like, to me, it's so cool, because it's like, yeah, of course, this is all of us. We're all basically the same. We're all like living through this like that.
And we're going to pay anything to roll the dice again.
Oh
In
yeah.
other words, to be here again, to
Yeah.
be able to take this chance on life, because it goes on and on and
And
on.
on and on. Yeah.
And,
Knowing.
we may come as that someone. Some will win,
Yeah.
some will lose.
Yeah.
Some were born to sing the blues. I just love that, because he's
Yeah.
describing humanity. He's
Yeah.
describing the streetlight people, the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
They're just, this is who we are.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting to think that that's how we kind of have that, like, connection, you know, because that's one of the things that he even kind of alludes to, that, like, the way that it's written, it doesn't say it quite so clearly. Some will win, some will lose, some were born to sing the blues, because it rhymes so beautifully, and it
Hmm.
gives you the same message. And then it says, oh, the movie never ends. Well, what's the movie? Well, that's the movie of life, because it does
Yes.
never end. It is constant, constant, constant. And it goes on and on and on and on. And so, and it's true, because it is going to be the same thing. You know, you just
Yeah.
have different ways of people connecting, rather than finding each other in the streetlights or in a smoky bar, or, um, I don't know, working hard or whatever it is. It's like there's different ways that we all connect with each other. And now that's different. Now it's maybe online, because we have different technology involved, but it is basically the same thing.
Oh,
We could
yeah.
take streetlight people and say maybe it's glow face people, by holding the phone right up to your face, where you have the shine off the phone, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, we just have different ways of putting these things into perspective for the moment that we're living right now.
Yeah, because we are strangers waiting up and
Yes.
down the boulevard. The boulevard being life, being where you
Yes.
are in your process of life,
Yeah.
your road, your way, your journey.
Yeah.
Their shadows searching in the night.
Yeah.
And their shadows being, for me, this is it's all coming right now. So I know we haven't mentioned this yet, but their shadows being those things that help create who they are. that part of them that does search outside of
Yeah.
themself, the stuff that
It,
makes us not happy, not fulfilled, not, that keeps us searching for something in the night.
absolutely. Well, and I know that you and I know you and Allie can understand this because I think of all people, we've done this at some point. So we have done it together. Maybe not
Yes.
physically together, but some of us have dug for worms. And once you find that worm to go fishing with like that, you're going to put it on your hook and you're going to go out there and you might catch a fish. But, you know, the dig through the stuff to get it, like nobody cares that we have
Yeah.
to get dirty there. And I believe that's what the shadows do for us in the night. Searching
Yeah.
through the night is, your shadow is that part that isn't, of course, the light needs to be there and it isn't light isn't hitting it. So it can like search in places where it can leave no stone unturned. It can just like keep looking and keep digging and search through things that maybe aren't exactly your greatest benefit, like, oh yeah, well, it found this thing, but I had to kind of go through this thing to get to that thing. And it's like, that's a very interesting story for another time, as you tell your friends. But yeah, it's like you can find those things in the night that maybe you wouldn't necessarily look for in the light.
Yeah.
And so I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Because I mean, I feel like that's what Journey's trying to tell us here, that we're all streetlight people living just
Find
to
emotion.
find emotion,
Yeah.
hiding somewhere in the night. In other words, in that darkness, in those shadows where you're searching within there, you'll find that, the emotion that's attached to that, that's causing you to be unhappy, to be, you'll find the unhappiness, you'll find whatever it is that, and that light helps shine it on it to help
Yes.
you find it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the beauty of it, is yeah, I'm a street light person.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because I want the light to show me my vulnerable places so I
Yeah.
can be authentic. I can be
Yeah.
myself. I can be free. I don't have to be
Absolutely.
like this just because I think everybody wants me to be like this. I can be
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I
And
think this is where, I mean, the whole song is in the end here
yeah. Don't.
as they wrap up the song with
Yeah.
don't stop believing.
Yeah.
Hold on to that feeling.
Yeah.
Streetlight people. It's almost as if they're kind of putting a call to freedom, called, hey,
Yeah.
streetlight people, don't stop believing.
Yeah.
Hold on to that feeling
Yeah.
because you're going to find it. You're going to find it in those places, in the smoky room, in the smell of cheap and wine perfume, in the smile and sharing a night, you're going to find it.
Yeah. Well,
Can
and
you hold on to it?
can you hold on to it? Because we are, um, I believe we are all guilty of our own emotions. And I say that just to try to make it kind of humorous because I say guilty of our own emotions, kind of like if I were wearing a white wig and I was like guilty with like a gavel, because we create our own emotions.
Yeah.
Everything that we create, we feel everything. We create that feeling. We create the emotion. We can
Yeah.
love another person and they can do something that we feel hurts us, but we've created the things, the controls, the levers, the triggers, the things. We create those things for somebody to hurt us with. We,
And
they don't have, they don't have the ability to make us feel something or an emotion necessarily. And so that's why I love that statement of, they're trying to find emotion, living just to find emotion. Cause yeah, that's what we all are. That is, you know, part of the flavor of life. I guess how do we identify with the characters from Star Trek that were created in the universe to not feel any emotion? And that's
Mm.
where the character Spock is from in the TV show and in the movie Star Trek, is this, this entity that lives in our universe that doesn't have emotion. And so I want, and maybe they do, maybe there is something that I'm wrong, and I don't mind. But I'm just saying, like, imagine that, like, we actually live for and off of our own emotions, really, the joy that I feel just speaking these words right now, you know? And so, I feel like that's something that is so, like you said, this song is very deep, but yeah, because we are all living just to find emotion. That's not, not just this, all the streetlight people like all of us, it's everybody.
And I think, Bruce, that's where belief comes in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
from that emotion, you create your belief. In other words, that's how you don't stop believing,
Yeah.
because the emotion that you feel, it creates the belief of whatever it is you're experiencing. So if it's
Yeah.
joy, well, I believe that I can find joy,
Yeah.
and it helps you not to stop believing,
Oh
I
yeah. Well,
guess.
because
You know what I'm
once,
trying to
yeah.
say?
Well,
Yeah,
because once you experience it, you believe you can experience it again.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I think that's really, that's a part of the reason why, I love to, I love to encourage people that within certain instances, let's say you get hurt and you are injured and you are recovering from this injury, or it just happened, whenever it happened, whatever it is, find, find no pain.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah,
that's an experience that when you're in that moment, and then just believe in that and find it again, as best as you can.
right.
If you have a headache, if you're, whatever it is, it's just so funny because, like, it's a it it can be had even when the moment doesn't seem like it's asking for it. You can find your inner joy and love, and that's just something that we all have the capability to have. And that's why I love these lyrics. Now I'm getting really deep into this, but don't stop that believing that you have that ability to find those things. Hold on to that feeling, because if you hang on to that feeling and you know what it felt like, then you can find it again. You can give yourself that gift again. You can give that to you, to me, to whoever you want to, because you're a streetlight person just like the rest of us.
Yeah, yeah. So don't stop believing. Believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself. It's
Yeah.
just, oh yeah. If you believe in magic, it will be. It's belief. That's where miracles are formed. That's where healing comes from. It's in that belief. And they make sure, Journey makes sure, because they repeat it. How many times, Bruce?
Oh yeah.
Three
Oh yeah.
times.
They repeat it.
They
Yeah.
repeat
They
it
were,
3 times. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling, streetlight people. Don't stop believing. Hold on, streetlight people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling, streetlight people.
yeah. It's like a call to arms,
Yes.
believe in yourself
Yes.
is this is easy. I could just put it in those 3 words: believe in yourself.
And
Maybe it's
I
4.
don't
I
know,
don't know.
his voice is so magical in this
Oh my
song. It
goodness.
like he
Yeah.
takes you there. So how can you
Yeah.
not believe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is yeah, what a beautiful song and
Yeah.
what a beautiful day with a lot of beautiful people.
Yes.
You,
Yes.
each and every one of you streetlight people. So happy that you're here with us and you joined us today here on
Lyrical.
Wisdom. Scars and shine them to the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is taking your power back.
Yes, it
That
is.
is taking your soul back. And actually, I think amplifying your power, because each
It
and
does.
every scar is a new way to become who you are in a
Yeah.
more beautiful way in how you've healed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't agree more. And it just, it's like these things exist, but
Right.
they can either be appreciated and loved with, gratitude for what it was that we experienced and learned from that experience. We can have that, or we can have it like kind of be like a weight taking us farther down deep into the depths of a beautiful ocean, sure, but you know, we're going to finally reach the bottom at some point,
And I
and
think
then
yes, that's what's so beautiful about this song because in the beginning she said until the final hours.
yes,
In other words, she's reminding us, and it's funny because I'm remembering, Bruce, how we started this by talking about how a lot of people think that Stevie Nicks is old.
yeah,
She's from the past, but yet she's coming back in
oh yeah,
2024 as a lighthouse
as
with
a
these
lighthouse, very,
lyrics
yeah, very
saying,
relevant.
unless you stand up and take it back, try to see the future and get mad. It's slipping through your fingers. You don't have what you had. And this
Yeah,
is so it's it's just truth, Bruce, right?
yeah,
I mean, the
yeah, and
older we get, we
yeah,
don't,
you don't have much time to get it
it
back.
slips through our fingers.
Everything starts to move faster the older you get. It's kind of a common thing if when you think about it. And I know time is our own construct. However, it does remind me that, that's what she is saying is like experience this now, live in this moment, be present, and enjoy what you have. Enjoy all of these things happening all at once in your existence, and that is how you can take back and give yourself your own future vision by being able to see what tomorrow is going to look like. Because if it feels so good today, like it is, well, then what do you think tomorrow is going to be? I think it's kind of a very that's some people might think that's very simplistic, but I really do feel like that, and sometimes, like you'll notice this in different contests that sometimes the competitors will take on a kind of an air of being mad, to try to accomplish their goal. And
Mm-hmm.
and it is to fire themselves up, if you will, and to get them motivated to get through what they want to get through because they're trying not to let it slip through their fingers.
Yeah.
They want to keep that thing. They want to hang on to it, or they want to get it, and they don't want it to be like sand that you pick up on the beach with your fingers open, or, if you're trying to scoop sugar with a fork, they don't want it to be like that. You would rather have it be the spoon. So you're holding all the sugar in your spoon, or, it's, they don't want it to slip through, and they feel that, in some sense there's that sense of urgency, feeling like there isn't much time, because usually in a contest there is a game clock, if you will.
Mm.
And so, we have these different sensations of it that we kind of look at where, okay, this kind of thing it's important, to be able to tap into that. And in some cases, I think that's what it is saying here too. It's like, okay, you know what? Stand up for yourself, give yourself that joy, and
Yeah.
don't let yourself miss it. And you don't have to like get mad at yourself. Like, we don't like encourage rage. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, you know, give yourself and be stubborn to give yourself so that you don't miss that opportunity as well. Because, like she says, you don't have much time to get it back, especially as you age.
Age. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Life
gonna,
life is short
yeah,
compared to who we really are as infinite beings.
it's
It
true.
really
Yeah,
is, yeah.
it's true.
And it's fascinating. Oh, what did you say? I went another place and lost what I was gonna say because it was like, oh, you're so right. Um, Try to see the future and get mad. Oh, I know what it was. It was when I was at the birth of my latest grandchild. Um, and I saw the birth and I realized, how beautiful it was and my experience of birth. And I got mad. I got mad because I felt like I had been robbed of the beautiful experience of birth.
Wow. Wow.
So I think that's what she's saying. Get
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
Look at
Well,
the
yeah.
future and get
Yeah.
mad. In other words, you deserve so much more.
Well, because
You, yeah.
we sometimes have to be a little bit more aggressive in our approach. And that is how we define it,
Mm-hmm.
and to allow ourselves to have these experiences and to live in whatever we want to live in. It just, sometimes we have to be a little more aggressive in our approach. We can't just sit back and, close our eyes and hope that some things come to us because yes, we can call it in, but there is no doubt that some of us are going to make a whole lot of effort to try to accomplish a goal. And then because of the fact that we are doing these things and we're open and we have our eyes open and we're loving ourselves, then yeah, it's going to call it into us. But if we keep our eyes closed and just assume that it's going to come to us just because we're kind of willing it, so in some cases that doesn't always give it enough, inspiration and motivation to come our direction. It needs a little more push. It needs a little more pull.
It's,
So
yeah, she's making it sound urgent. And
yeah,
that's
oh
what
yeah,
you don't have much time to get it back.
yeah,
In other words, you got to start now. You got to,
you do.
and
And
she's done
wants,
it.
yeah, she
I
wants to be
think.
the lighthouse. Yeah.
Yes, because
And
that's where it is. She comes in to say that.
yeah.
I want to
And
be the lighthouse. Bring all of you together. Bring it out in a song. Bring it out in stormy weather. Tell
yeah,
them the story.
yeah. And it's that's the thing about a storyteller
Mm,
is that they are truly community bringers togethers. You know, I don't know how else to say it. They
yeah.
are the community, the village, the bringers togethers, people's things. They bring people together, with storytelling. And it's important in those stories to convey messages and lessons. And that's how we learn. That's how a lot of people will learn and sometimes figure things out.
Yeah. I like that. She's just basically saying, I want to show you the way,
Yeah.
how all of you can come together, whether I do it in a song or, be a lighthouse in stormy weather.
Yeah. Just we're
You
getting together because
just
there's a
tell
bunch
them
of
a
rain outside.
story. Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
right, right. I want to
Because,
teach them to fight.
yeah.
I want to tell them this has happened before.
Yeah.
Don't let it happen again.
Yeah. And I love that because one of the things we have talked about is the fact that in certain cases, deja vu can be such a powerful thing because we all have that sense sometimes, and we've all been here before, and we've all done this before. And in some cases, how our experience unfolds is completely within our power. And so, we have been here before. We have done this before. We are repeating this again. you know, it's an ongoing process. And we will learn every single time. And so I like that her, saying it because there it is, this has happened before. Don't let it happen again because, you have the power. Take back your power and use that in your fight to make sure that you retain that power and you can do what it is that you want to experience you know, in this moment.
Yes, and she reminds us by saying, I have my scars, you have
Yeah.
yours. Don't let them take your power. Don't leave it alone in the final hours. They'll take your soul, they'll take your power.
Yeah.
Unless, what, Bruce?
You save it unless you save that power. Yeah. You don't let it go. Like there is a part of you that And there's a lot of people that do sense that there's a part of us that we nurture and cultivate all our lives that we never let go of. That's who we are in that way. And that modifies and changes in certain ways, but there's a core part of it that I think always stays the same. And unless you save it, and that's that.
I love that. I love
you
that.
know
That's that.
yeah,
Yeah,
very matter of
she's just
fact.
saying, and that's that.
Yeah,
Unless you stand up and take it back, try to see the future, get mad, it's slipping through your fingers. You don't have what you had. You don't have much time.
yeah,
Just reminding us that life is on this planet in this physicality a beginning and an end.
yeah,
And that find that part of you that is forever, that is that infinite love, that power, that, soul within you, because
yeah.
it's forever.
It is forever, and you get to experience that forever because it is who you are. That is the deepest part of that. And that's
I
the
love how
urgency
she
here.
calls life a game because we've
Yeah,
heard
you
that
gotta
so many times
so many
before.
times. I was just gonna
You
say that
gotta
you
get
gotta get
in the
in the game.
game. You
Yeah,
gotta learn how to play. You gotta make a change. You gotta do it today. In the midnight hour, they'll slam the door, make you forget what you were fighting for, put you back in your place. They'll shut you down. You better learn how to fight. You better say it out loud.
beautiful. And I love this how it ends because it's so poetic, but it's also what we've been talking about has, like really this is this inner reflection and to take back your power because sometimes we are that thing that slams the door. We are that things that makes ourselves forget what
Mm,
we were fighting for, what we were working towards, what we are doing. We
yeah.
are the ones that take ourselves out of the game, you know. And I love that. In this we can find that, you know. Um
And you can only change things by making a change. You
yes,
got to do it today.
you
If
do.
you we're back to we've spoken about him so many times before. um oh, Wayne Dyer, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. So if you look at your scars as something beautiful, they will become beautiful. If you look at your scars as something powerful, they you'll find the power. If you look at your scars as something ugly, something harsh, something, dark and negative, that's what it will be.
That's what it will be. Yeah. And the 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 reasoning behind writing this song, I did find something about the lighthouse, and it is a call to arms. It is a call to action. It is a cry out to a population to pay attention to something and to make sure that that isn't lost. And there is a lot of that that can be put behind this. And so, what I love about what we've been talking about, Donna, is that the true power within all of us comes from ourselves, within ourselves.
Mhm.
And when we, like everything that we've been talking about with this song, when we surrender that power to the things, our own doubts inside of us, or our own voice and our own shadows and all those scars and the things that we feel like have affected us so deeply, we also relinquish a power within ourselves to stand up to something that maybe isn't within ourselves. It's actually outside of ourselves because we believe in that thing outside of ourselves that other people are organizing against. And well, there you go. You have another motivating, inspiring thing to go maybe fight against, in whatever way that Stevie Nicks might be referring to. However, truly it all starts with believing that you are the lighthouse and that you are
Mm-hmm.
the one that is capable of shining that light. And you are a beautiful soul. You are the thing that I remember, one of our friends used to say, you are the perfect creation. There
Yeah.
is nothing wrong with you, you
Yeah.
know? And so that is the part that, like, that's where I believe this is going, is not just for the reasons why that it was maybe written in that way. And I'll let, you guys find that out, because I love this way of talking about that, because this is where it begins to me. To be able to fight for what we believe in, we need to have our own belief in our and love in ourselves, and to have that ability not to hide, so that we can also be our own lighthouse, and that can take some work.
Oh, yes. And I love the way she ends it. You
Yes.
better say it out loud,
Yeah.
because I know it is my truth that words are wands.
Yes, they are.
We
Yes, they are.
speak our reality, our
We do.
creations.
Yeah.
So say it out loud. Be
Yes.
be the you that you were born to be in
Yes.
all of its beauty.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
use the phrase I am, because you
Yes.
are and you
Be the
deserve that.
lighthouse.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Donna.
love it. Thank you, Bruce, and thank you, each and every one of you. It's been a beautiful day, discovering each other and going deep. We love to hear from you. Please leave us comments, likes, subscribes, whatever it is. And don't forget Lyrical Wisdom songs. We love you
Absolutely.
all. Thank you so much for being here with us on
Lyrical
Wisdom.